You were lying in bed at 2 in the morning and you hear it, a scratching inside the wall, not outside, inside. Behind the drywall, between the studs, something is moving. It stops, then it starts again. You lie there perfectly still, listening, and you hear the sound of tiny feet running across the ceiling above your head, fast, confident, like whatever is up there knows exactly where it is going and has been making that run every night for weeks. You get up in the morning and you find it, a small black pellet on the kitchen counter, then another one near the stove, then a trail of them along the baseboard behind the trash can. Rat droppings. In your kitchen, on the surface where you prepare food for your family. And your skin crawls and your stomach turns and you want it gone immediately. And it gets worse. You open the cabinet under the sink and there is a hole chewed through the back panel. You pull out the trash can and there are shredded bits of plastic bags scattered behind it where something gnawed through to get at what was inside. You check the pantry and there are tooth marks on the corner of a cereal box and a small pile of droppings on the shelf next to the rice. They have been in your food, walking across it, eating from it, leaving their waste on it. And you have no idea how long it has been going on. So you go to the store and you buy traps, snap traps, glue traps, bait stations with poison inside. You set them along the walls. You catch one, maybe two, and you think the problem is solved. But the scratching comes back, the droppings come back. Because for every rat you caught, there are 5 more you did not catch. And the traps and the poison you set inside your home are now sitting in the same space where your children play on the floor, and your dog sniffs every corner, and your cat puts her nose into everything she finds. You traded one problem for another. Then you call the exterminator. He comes out. He charges you $200 for the first visit. He sets commercial bait stations. He seals a few holes with spray foam. He tells you he will come back in 30 days for the follow-up, $150. And then a monthly monitoring contract after that, $75 a month. And the rats might come back anyway because the exterminator is treating the symptom the same way you were, killing the ones that got in, not addressing why they came in the first place. My name is Frank Red Hawk. I grew up on the reservation out in the high desert, and I want to show you 7 things today that my people did to keep rats away from their food, their shelter, and their families for thousands of years. No poison, no traps, no glue boards, no exterminator, no contract. Not one of these methods kills the rat. Every one of them makes the rat decide on its own that your house is not worth the trouble. That is a different thing entirely, and it is the only thing that actually works long term. A dead rat in a trap is replaced by the next rat in line. A rat that leaves because the conditions are wrong does not come back and does not send the next one either. My people understood this the way they understood everything about living alongside animals. You do not fight the animal. You change the environment. Stay with me. Before I give you the 7 tricks, I need to tell you the one thing that makes all of them work, because without this piece, none of the rest matters and you will be wasting your time. A rat comes to your house for 3 reasons: food, water, shelter. That is all. A rat is not curious. A rat is not exploring. A rat does not wander into your kitchen because it saw the light on. Every rat that enters your house made a decision based on smell. It smelled food. It smelled water. It found a warm, dry space with access to both, and it moved in. If you remove the invitation, the rat does not come. That is the foundation. That is the thing the exterminator does not tell you, because if you solved the problem yourself, he would lose the contract. So before any trick, before any method, do this first. Every night before bed, wipe down every counter, sweep every floor, put every piece of food in a sealed container, glass or thick plastic, not a bag, not a box. Rats chew through bags and cardboard like they are not even there. Take the kitchen trash out every night. Do not leave the bag sitting next to the can with the lid off. Fix any dripping faucet or leaking pipe because a rat can survive on the water from a single slow drip. Pick up your pet's food bowl at night. Do not leave dog food or cat food sitting on the floor after dark because that bowl is a dinner invitation written in a language every rat on your street can read. That is not one of the 7 tricks. That is the ground floor. Without it, the 7 tricks are just decorations on a house that is still advertising free meals. Clean first, then protect. Here are the 7. Trick 1. Peppermint. Rats have an extremely sensitive sense of smell. It is their primary sense. They navigate by it. They find food by it. They communicate by it. And there are certain smells that overwhelm that system so badly that a rat will turn around and leave rather than push through it. The strongest of those smells is peppermint. Not peppermint candy, peppermint oil, the real essential oil. You can buy a small bottle at any pharmacy, any health food store, any grocery store with a natural section. About $5 to $8 for a bottle that will last you months. Soak a cotton ball in peppermint oil and place it anywhere you have seen droppings or signs of activity. Behind the stove, under the sink, along the baseboard where the wall meets the floor, inside the cabinet under the kitchen sink, near the opening where pipes come through the wall. The smell is overwhelming to a rat. It burns their nasal passages. They will not cross it. Replace the cotton balls every week or 2 when the scent fades. That is the whole method. My grandmother crushed wild mint leaves and packed them into the gaps around the base of her storage shelves. Same plant, same principle. The rats stayed away from her food stores because the mint was too strong for them to tolerate. Trick 2. Steel wool in every gap. A rat can squeeze through a hole the size of a quarter. A mouse can squeeze through a hole the size of a dime. That crack where the plumbing comes through the wall under your kitchen sink. The gap around the dryer vent on the outside of the house. The space where the cable line enters through the foundation. Every one of those is a door. And right now, most of them are wide open. Buy a bag of coarse steel wool at the hardware store. $3. Stuff it tightly into every gap, every crack, every opening where a pipe or a wire or a vent passes through a wall or a floor. Rats chew through spray foam. They chew through caulk. They chew through wood. They do not chew through steel wool. The metal fibers cut their gums, and they stop. It is the one material they will not push through. My people plugged gaps in their shelters with bundles of thorny branches packed tight into the openings. Same idea. Make the entrance painful, and the rat finds somewhere else to go. Trick 3. Cedar. You already know about cedar from the mold video. The natural oils in red cedar repel insects, and they repel rodents too. Rats and mice dislike the smell of cedar nearly as much as they dislike peppermint. Cedar shavings spread around the foundation of your house, packed into gaps along the baseboards, scattered in the attic and the crawl space, create a scent barrier that rodents avoid. A big bag of cedar shavings from the pet store costs about $5. Spread it generously anywhere rats might travel. Refresh it every 2 to 3 months when the scent fades. My grandmother kept cedar shavings under every storage container and along every wall in the food storage area. Between the mint at the entries and the cedar around the goods, nothing with fur and a tail got close to the food. Trick 4. Cayenne pepper. This one is brutal, and it is effective. Sprinkle dried cayenne pepper along the baseboards, around the foundation outside, near any gap or crack you have sealed with steel wool, and anywhere you have seen droppings. When a rat walks through cayenne pepper, it gets on its paws. When it grooms itself, which rats do constantly, it transfers the pepper to its mouth, its nose, its eyes. The burning is intense. The rat associates your house with that pain, and it does not come back. You can mix cayenne pepper with water and a drop of dish soap in a spray bottle and spray it along the outside foundation of your house every few weeks. The soap helps it stick. The cayenne does the work. $3 for a big container of cayenne from the spice aisle. My people used wild chili peppers crushed and scattered around the perimeter of any area they wanted to protect. Same heat, same result. Trick 5. Wood ash. After every fire, my grandmother swept the ash out and spread it in a thin line around the outside of the house along the base of the walls. Rats do not like walking through fine, dry ash. It clings to their feet. It dries out their paw pads. It irritates their skin. And, like the cayenne, it transfers to their mouth and nose when they groom. They learn quickly to avoid the area. Wood ash costs nothing if you have a fireplace, a fire pit, or a wood stove. Spread a line of it 2 to 3 inches wide along the foundation on the outside of the house. Reapply after rain. You are creating a perimeter that no rat wants to cross. It is the same principle as a moat around a castle, except instead of water, you are using discomfort. Trick 6. Predator presence. My people did not keep cats as pets the way the modern world does, but they understood that the scent of a predator near a food source changes the behavior of every prey animal in the area. Rats are prey. Owls eat rats. Hawks eat rats. Snakes eat rats. Cats eat rats. And rats know it. They can smell a predator and they avoid the area. If you have a cat, let it spend time in the areas where you have seen rat activity. Even the scent of a cat walking through is enough to make a rat reconsider. If you do not have a cat, install an owl box on a pole in your yard. A simple wooden box mounted 12 to 15 feet up on a pole in an open area will attract barn owls, and they will hunt every rat on your property. A single barn owl eats over 1,000 rodents a year. One owl. That is more effective than any exterminator alive, and it works for free every night while you sleep. You can buy an owl box kit for about $30, or build one from scrap wood in an afternoon. My people encouraged raptors near their camps by leaving tall dead trees standing and by not disturbing the nesting birds. They understood that a healthy predator population nearby meant fewer rats near the food. Trick 7. Deny the shelter. Rats do not live in the open. They need cover. They need hiding places close to your house where they can nest and breed and stage their nightly runs to your kitchen. A woodpile stacked against the side of the house is a rat hotel. A pile of old lumber leaning against the shed is a rat nursery. Overgrown bushes touching the foundation give them a covered highway from the yard to the wall. Pull the woodpile at least 20 feet from the house. Clear any brush or debris away from the foundation. Trim bushes so there is a clean gap between the branches and the wall. Remove any junk pile, any old equipment, any stack of materials leaning against the house. You want a clean, open perimeter around your home with nowhere for a rat to hide between the yard and the wall. If a rat has to cross open ground with no cover to reach your house, it is exposed to owls, hawks, cats, and every other predator watching from above. Most rats will not take that risk. My grandmother kept the ground around her home swept clean. Bare, packed earth for 10 feet in every direction. Nothing stacked against the walls, nothing leaning, nothing overgrown. She called it the clearing, and nothing crossed it without being seen. Now let me be honest with you. If you already have a serious infestation, rats nesting in your walls, rats breeding in your attic, a colony that has been established for months, these 7 tricks alone will not clear them out overnight. An established colony is dug in. They have food sources you have not found yet. They have entry points you have not sealed yet. In that case, you may need to trap the existing population down first, and then apply these methods to keep new ones from ever coming back. But here is the difference. The exterminator traps and poisons and comes back next month to trap and poison again. These methods change the environment permanently. Once you have sealed the gaps, set the scent barriers, cleared the perimeter, encouraged the predators, and locked down the food, the conditions that brought the rats are gone. New rats show up, smell the peppermint and the cedar, feel the ash and the cayenne on their feet, see the open ground with an owl sitting on a pole, and they keep walking. The pest control industry does $23 billion a year in this country. Monthly contracts, quarterly treatments, annual renewals. Every dollar depends on the pests coming back. If the pests stopped coming back, the industry would collapse. My people lived with their food stores for thousands of years in open shelters with no walls, no concrete foundation, no spray foam, surrounded by the same rats and mice that plague your house today. And they kept them out with mint, cedar, ash, pepper, clean ground, and the owls overhead. Total cost, almost nothing. Total recurring expense, zero. Here is what I want you to do this week. Tonight, clean the kitchen before bed. Every counter, every floor, every crumb. Put all open food in sealed glass or hard plastic containers. Take the trash out. Pick up the pet bowls. This weekend, walk the outside of your house with a bag of steel wool. Find every gap, every crack, every opening where something passes through the wall. Stuff them tight. Buy peppermint oil and cotton balls. Place them behind the stove, under the sink, along every baseboard where you have seen signs. Buy cayenne pepper and spread it along the outside foundation. If you have a fireplace, save the ash and spread it around the perimeter. Clear any wood pile or debris away from the walls. Trim the bushes back. Open up that clearing. And look into an owl box. $30 and an afternoon. One owl. 1,000 rats a year. No bill, no contract, no poison in your house where your kids and your pets live. Tell me in the comments what your rat situation is right now. Where are you seeing them? How long has it been going on? What have you tried that did not work? I want to hear all of it because the people dealing with this problem right now are the people I made this video for. I read every single one of these. Every one. Next time I am going to show you how natives predicted the weather 3 days early by reading the sky, the wind, the trees, and the animals. No app, no phone, no weather channel. Signs that have been accurate for thousands of years that you walk past every single day without noticing. And once you see them, you will never look at a cloudy morning the same way again. Until then, seal the gaps, set the barriers, clear the ground, and remember that the people who stored food in open shelters for thousands of years, surrounded by every predator and pest on this continent, never lost a meal to a rat. Because they understood that you do not fight the animal. You change the environment, and the animal makes the decision for you.